Former workers of the defunct national carrier Nigeria Airways take to the streets in protest. Their promised severance package is taking a while in coming, and many come with posters bearing various inscriptions. About 9 months ago, the federal government had announced a proposed payment of 78 billion naira to the over 6,000 staff of the liquidated carrier. The ex-workers of the defunct airline say they are appealing to the federal government to hasten up the process. As part of plans to create more air linkages with Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari has signed bilateral air service agreements with 5 more countries. In a statement issued by the President's Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, it reads, following the approval of the Federal Executive Council, FEC, President Muhammadu Buhari on Monday in Abuja signed the instruments of ratification of the bilateral air service agreements between the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the governments of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, the Republic of Congo, the People's Republic of China, the State of Qatar, and the Republic of Singapore. With the execution of these instruments, it is expected that Nigeria's aviation links with the respective countries will improve significantly. The United Kingdom carrier British Airways has collected all the backlogs on its ticket sales in Nigeria. Foreign airlines operating from Nigeria had experienced difficulties repatriating proceeds of their ticket sale as a result of collapse in the country's foreign exchange market in 2016. British Airways country manager in Nigeria, Mr. Kola Olayinka, commended the Minister of State for Aviation, Hadi Sirika, and the Central Bank of Nigeria for their efforts in achieving this. IATA's area manager, Nigeria, South and West Africa, Dr. Samson Fatoku, had predicted the clearance of the backlog owing to the Central Bank of Nigeria's regular intervention through the sale of foreign exchange to the market. The Chinese Spring Festival, starting from February the 1st to March 12, is expected to see a travel rush with passenger volumes of 2.98 billion persons. The Deputy Head of the National Development and Reform Commission, Lian Williang, made the forecast in a press conference on this year's Spring Festival travel.
The total volume of passengers nationwide is expected to reach 2.98 billion persons, basically the same as last year. But the passenger transport structure will change, with the railway and the airline passenger volumes increasing respectively by 8.8% and 10%, and road traffic decreasing by 1.6%.
The Spring Festival is the Chinese Lunar New Year. It is the country's most important traditional festival. Most people walking away from home will return for a family reunion. This year, the festival falls on February the 16th. The International Air Transport Association has called for urgent attention to address infrastructure challenges to secure the future of the aviation sector. The Director General of IATA, Mr. Alexander Dujuniak, made the call in his keynote address at the Singapore Air Show Aviation Leadership Summit. Having the infrastructure to grow is vital to our industry's future, but in many key places, it has not been built fast enough to meet growing demand, and there are worrying trends which are increasing cost. One of this is airport privatizations. We have not found the correct regulatory framework to balance the interest of the investors to turn a profit, with the public interest for the airport to be a catalyst for economic growth. All the optimism supporting strong aircraft orders will mean nothing if we don't have the capability to manage traffic in the air and at airports. The French Defense Minister, Florence Parly, has been visiting southern France after a weekend crash killed 5 people. The helicopters from a training school of the Army's Light Aviation Division crashed in the southeastern Var region. The circumstances are not yet known, according to the Marseille prosecutor, though investigators are looking into whether the helicopters crashed in air, having ruled out any collision with overhead lines. The 5 victims, the instructors and their students, were said to be experienced.